Welcome everybody to the Kuadrant community call, Tuesday, December the 3rd, 2024. Pretty empty agenda. I added one topic myself, maybe as a discussion item, or maybe have nothing to say about it. So let me start with that, basically, unless anybody has something more important, then feel free to just override me. No, I was just thinking about like how we have multiple ways to install Kuadrant, and in my mind, we decided that we would focus on pushing the Helm charts, but I'm not sure if that was actually ever a decision that we made, or we push both the operator and the Helm charts. Any opinions on this? Or I'm just, the way I remember it is that we started working on this Helm charts thing because the operator getting it like distributed was like hard, or like it took a lot of time. And now I think we're doing both again. So I'm just wondering if we're now actually spending more time on the whole thing than before, and if that's smart. Open question. Yes, please just talk. Okay, yeah, I goes.
I was waiting for Didi. Didi wants to talk. Be my guest.
No, go ahead. I think like we are like both of the same opinion actually.
Yeah. So I let you express yourself.
So as far as actually we know and that we agreed, probably not as like all of the, but we realized that the Helm way of installing the operators was the most in facing community was the most popular way in Helm. Also, it's actually kind of like a convenient way of installing any kind of operator and to keep like updating or reverting changes and these kind of things. That being said, that's only, of course, like for our upstream. And in my opinion, my humble opinion, and probably Egus as well, because we've been like talking, is that we need to push to that to be our main way of installation. Of course, like our Helm way of building and creating those charts, we are using customized behind the scenes. So one thing of creating those manifests is actually the same way. We are using the same tool, the same tooling. And of course, we need to do an extra for the configuration of the Helm charts, but we're still going to use customize in this case and our make targets. Egus, I'll leave it to you.
I totally agree on what Didi said. I just want to add few things. First, the discussion is not about either Helm or operator. It's Helm or OLM. That's first thing. In any case, we are installing operators. So for upstream, which is the focus here, it has been OLM. It is OLM because our documentation guides and steps helps you to install all the operators using OLM. So what we've been trying, not very successfully, I would say, maybe because other things were more urgent, is to promote Helm chart as the primary or preferred way of installing. For downstream, there's another discussion out of context, out of topic here. So for upstream, for community, Helms is, as Didi said, is more popular because it's also simpler. For me, the main difference between OLM and Helm is the management of the life cycle in terms of upgrades. OLM has more capabilities on that, but has in my opinion, high price to do that. It requires some effort, going through some tests, deal with manifest, and Helm is right, more straightforward way of doing that. To be clear, Helm also supports upgrades, but in a different way. So yeah,
Right. Okay.
that's it. I think it's clear. If not,
Yes.
asks.
Yes. And is maybe one downside of I don't know, like all of you use Helm to install, or what do we use ourselves? Because I think like the only danger I see of two ways is that if nobody using one of the ways, then we don't know if something's broken until maybe QE finds out about it. Yeah, go.
So yeah, so as like development wise, we are using our make targets with that is because it's actually more convenient and it's actually faster for us. That is completely the opposite when, for example, we are presenting Kuadrant, and I reckon like Guy as well, and I'm not sure about the rest, but in all the presentations of Kuadrant, we've been installing with Helm.
Okay, makes sense. And then maybe the follow-up question would also be then, like, I think so far we still have some, at this moment, we still have some manual stuff that we have to do each time we do a release, right? The Helm one was automated, but then it didn't work and we do something by hand, right?
Yeah, so yeah, currently probably something changed in GitHub API. For some reason, in some of our repos, the Helm chart creation, it is automated, fully automated, but in some others not. So I haven't had time just to go and take a look at why and figure out why it's actually not happening. And I have like some suspicions, of course, on the way like of we do the release and operators. For example, in the case of the DNS operator, it actually works. It's because of the event hook of publishing. That's actually my theory. Because on the other ones are completely automated and we are not using the same event. Then there is like our repository of the Helm charts. That's currently manually triggered, but that should be automated, and it would be every single time a chart is released from one of the operators, it syncs with the repo, which that's actually automated, but it should be deployed, the new repo, upgraded to the Helm charts, Kuadrant/Helm charts. That's the part that needs to be automated as well, which is just a matter of adding another event to our GitHub workflow.
Okay, that sounds good. You think that's like you if do issues exist? If not, you think you could create them? Maybe one issue with sub issues. I don't know. And then maybe then the follow up of that one. You think it makes sense for you to do that because you've been working on it, and maybe it would be nice to go on holidays with this working for the next time. I'm not
Yeah.
sure if that's realistic. You tell me.
Yeah, definitely, I could do it. I would create the issues anyways. It's like of course like anyone can do it. It's anyone familiar with GitHub and Helm. It's like straightforward actually. So, but I create the issues anyways, and after the things I need to finish, I'll jump ahead and doing the completely automation of the Helm implementation.
Cool. Thanks. There's no other issues. This morning I asked everybody like if you have any ideas for new features in the project, that now would be a good time to add things to the board. And then now I realized it's not that easy, or at least I haven't found it yet, a way for me to see, because there are already issues there, to see which ones were added last. There must be some column that I can add and then sort by it by created that, but I didn't go there yet. Anybody in the call who added something who wants to talk about it? Would be the manual way of triggering that filter. Didier, you talk too much.
Yeah, sorry. But since we are talking about Helm, like one of the features that we probably need to continue on that front, it would be to fully customize our Helm charts, starting with the M variables that we're using, and go further and into many other parameters that we feel that they are interesting for any user to customize the entire Kuadrant installation. That would be one of the features that I like to see.
Right.
It's actually kind of like probably community-wise, they'll be more than interested into this one.
Okay, add an issue for it, or a draft issue. Like, you don't have
Okay.
to create an actual issue there in the board. If you just enter and you start typing, you have a draft issue, which is perfectly fine, and then we can discuss it. And yeah, maybe with any feature that you add, try to capture the what's the value, why should we do that? Like, I see how that could make sense, but it would
Right.
be good to explain.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to, sure, we could do that. I didn't want to even, limit it to v1.1. For me, I was more seeing it as a sort of a bucket for ideas, and some of those ideas might be much too big for 1.1, and it would be 1.5. I don't know, but I want more ideas than just 1.1. So yeah, but maybe, yeah, I thought about creating just an empty tab with nothing in it. That makes it easier, maybe. But okay, I'll have a look if this actually makes sense, or if it's easy to filter the new ones out. Okay. I think that is it. I'll add some notes here later. And anybody wants to say anything of importance or of less importance? If not, then we wrap this 15-minute call. Well, -3. 12-minute call of Quadrant. Thank you so much for attending. See you next week. Take care.
Thank you.
Cheers.